A blonde-haired gal from my school came as my housekeeper.
I'm your housekeeper, Miran. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. How did it end up like this? I think back about how it all started. One day, my dad came home with a young woman.
Your dad has decided to marry this woman.
Nice to meet you.
What?
Anyway, that's why this person's going to be your mom from now on.
What kind of reason is that? Listening to what he had to say, the woman was apparently his junior at work, and they had been dating for a year. My dad has his own happiness, and I don't really care who he dates. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. Is what I was thinking, but...
So I'm sorry, but I need you to leave the house.
Leave the house?
Well, your dad just got remarried, right? I want to enjoy the newlywed life, just the two of us. But don't worry, I've already rented a place for you to live.
Already? You're too prepared for this.
Oh, and don't worry about the money. Since we'll both be working, we'll be able to afford it. Thanks in advance.
And that's how I ended up being kicked from my house. Over the weekend, I moved into the one-bedroom apartment he had rented for me. At first, I was worried about what would happen, but once I got into things, it wasn't that bad. I don't need to listen to my dad nag about this or that, and I get to spend time surrounded by all the otaku stuff I brought with me. Truly an ideal living space. That's right, I'm actually an otaku who pretends to be a normal student. But my ideal lifestyle wouldn't last long. I should probably clean my room. There was no way someone like me who had never done any chores could clean or do laundry. And before I knew it, my room was filthy. Who's that? When I went to the front door and opened it, I couldn't believe my eyes. Miran-san?
Eiji-kun?
Standing there was my classmate, Miran-san, one of the most famous blonde gals in our school. She's famous for always spending her time alone, and because of that, there are many bad rumors about her. Why would someone like her be… What are you doing here?
I was hired as the housekeeper for this apartment.
Housekeeper? From what I heard, Miran-san was working part-time as a housekeeper. And my dad, who thought that I would be living an indecent lifestyle now that I was alone, hired her from a housekeeping agency to take care of me.
I knew it was filthy.
And that's how the most famous gal from our school came to become my housekeeper.
Well then, I'll get right to the housekeeping.
Yeah, please do so.
That was the last of the living room. Now for the room over.
I'll take care of that myself. That room is the only thing I can't let her see. That room is the secret room where I stored all my otaku stuff. There are manga and DVDs of anime in there, and figurines of my favorite characters. If people were to find out that I was an otaku, they would definitely look down on me. If word got out at school, that peaceful school life that I've maintained by keeping a low profile would come to an end.
Since I took this on as work, I have to be thorough.
Wait a second!
This is…
Oh no, it's over.
Eiji-kun, you like anime?
Yeah, actually.
My sister and I like it too. We often watch it together.
Your sister? And then Miran-san began to talk about herself. She comes from a single mother family, and their finances were tight. So she started working part-time as a housekeeper to make ends meet. She has a younger sister who loves anime.
While I'm working, my sister watches the house by herself. I always end up making her feel lonely, so I at least want to let her watch her favorite anime while I'm gone. But it costs a lot to buy them, or even just rent.
I see. Oh, that's right. I can just lend you some of mine if you'd like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry and go ahead.
Thank you very much. But we don't have a video player.
I'll lend you that too. And not that it's related, but I have a favor.
What is it?
I want you to not talk about how I'm an otaku at school.
Why is that?
I mean, people make fun of these kinds of hobbies, right?
I think that it's amazing to have a hobby you can devote yourself this much to. But I understand. This will be our little secret.
Thank you. And so, Miran would come over twice a week to do housekeeping. Come on in!
Thanks for having me.
I was surprised at how different she was from the impression I had of her from school. But talking to her, I found that she was a kind person and gentle girl who cares deeply about her family. Not at all like the delinquent in the rumors. Talking about anime in between chores, choosing which anime she would borrow next together. I had never talked about anime with anyone before, let alone a girl. So the time we spent together became something important to me. As I found myself becoming drawn to Miran, one day, Miran-san, your hair. There was Miran, who had dyed her hair black and was wearing a maid uniform. She looked so different that I couldn't tell who she was for a moment.
Does it not suit me?
That's not it! It suits you really well. But why?
There were often black-haired maids in the anime I borrowed from you, so I thought you might like those kinds of girls.
Yeah, I love them. I mean...
In that case, I'm glad.
But was it okay to dye your hair?
Yes. It's not like I wanted to have blonde hair anyway.
What? Really?
It's what my mom likes. She thinks me and my sister are her princesses. And since princesses have blonde hair, I've had blonde hair since I was little.
Thinking that all princesses have blonde hair is a bit straightforward, but basically Miran wasn't really a gal, just doing what her mom likes. I also heard from her that she isn't unfriendly, just shy, and has been unable to get along with her classmates because of her appearance. But is your mom okay with you dyeing your hair black?
When I told her it was to match my friend's taste in girls, she happily helped me dye it. She told me to be a Yamato Nadeshiko now and not a princess.
Is that so? I'm curious about why her mother was okay with it, but I'm even more curious about why Miran would want to match my tastes. As thanks for always letting her borrow anime? Or maybe... No way. What am I getting my hopes up for? Not for an introverted otaku like me.
From now on, I'll be doing housekeeping dressed like this.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. The next day, the classroom was in an uproar. After dyeing her hair black, Miran had gone from a solitary blonde gal to an upright young lady. She no longer seems unapproachable, and the number of boys wanting to talk to her quickly increased, making her suddenly popular. Miran herself seems very confused. As I look at Miran from a distance, I think to myself, I'm happy that Miran is getting to talk to her classmates, but at the same time it feels like she's getting farther away from me. Thinking that was a bit sad. One day, sometime after that, that's Miran-san? At lunchtime, I saw the popular girls in my class taking Miran to the rooftop. I got worried and decided to secretly follow them, but...
Hey Miran, aren't you getting a little carried away lately?
Are they bullying her?
I don't know why a gal like you would suddenly dye their hair and act like a good girl, but it must be a nice feeling to have the boys fawning over you. I didn't mean to.
It seems like they don't like Miran, who suddenly became popular with the boys. What should I do? I don't think I could have done anything even if I had stepped in, but I couldn't just sit back and watch silently. Wait a second!
Huh?
The reason Miran dyed her hair black was because of me!
What?
I'm actually an anime otaku, and I let Miran-san borrow my anime a lot, and she found out that a lot of my favorite characters have black hair, so... I tried desperately to explain that Miran wasn't actually a gal, and that she was doing her best working part-time for her family, and that she was actually just shy. I don't care if they find out my secret, but I couldn't stand the thought of Miran being bullied or misunderstood because of me.
So what? Are you two going out? What? We're not going out.
Well, that's true, but it hurts to be denied so plainly.
But I do love Eiji-kun.
What did you just...
I'm bored now. Let's go. Thank you so much.
It's fine. I'm sorry I told everybody about your situation.
Don't worry about it. Eiji-kun, you are also keeping your hobby a secret.
It's okay. It's better than having you be misunderstood. What you said earlier, were you serious?
Yes. As we became friends, I was aware that I was attracted to you. But after you helped me, I understood clearly. Eiji-kun, I love you. Please go out with me.
You're alright with someone like me?
Eiji-kun is the one for me.
Thank you. I love you too. Please be my girlfriend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
And that's how the former most famous blonde gal in our school became my girlfriend. I have a sister, Aoi, who is unrelated to me by blood. That's because I'm adopted. My parents and Aoi's parents were best friends. Aoi and I were only a year apart, so we used to hang out a lot as families since we were little. Then one day, my parents passed away in a terrible accident.
Mommy, Daddy.
Apparently, my parents had gotten married by practically eloping, so I had never even met my relatives before.
Yoko passed away. Could you please come and see your grandchildren once?
Aoi's parents tried contacting my grandparents just in case, but...
We had already disowned them. I don't care what happens to them at this point.
I was left all alone in the world, familyless. So Aoi's parents took me in.
I'm your mother from now on. Thank you.
That happened when I was in first grade. From then on, Aoi's parents became my guardians, and Aoi became my sister.
Help me cook after you finish homework.
All right. With a sudden increase in the number of kids, Mother had begun working too.
We're leaving.
Aoi's parents cared deeply about my future. I found it a bit embarrassing, but I showed my respect to them by referring to them as Mom and Dad. Is Mom going to be late today too?
Yeah, Mother is really talented, so she gets asked to do a ton of work.
That's what Aoi would tell me, but it was obvious Mother was overworking herself, and I felt really bad. I don't think about going to college. I think I'll start working once I graduate from high school in order to repay...
Oh, you got this problem wrong.
What? No, I was just about to fix my answer.
Careless mistake. That's lame. Can you make it to middle school if you're like that?
Stop acting like that. You're just a year older than me. So naggy.
Let's become respectable adults and take good care of Mom and Dad together.
Take care. Okay. Mom, Dad, and Aoi. I really loved everyone with all my heart. They let me go to the college I wanted to, and I finally turned 20. A few years later, Aoi got married to the boyfriend she had been with since college. I earned a job in a big corporation, and Mom and Dad were overjoyed about us. What a life full of happiness, I had thought back then. But the following year, Mom and Dad died in an accident. It was when I had just begun to think about the ways that I could repay them. My mind went blank. Also, Aoi's husband suffered from a stroke. All the desperate attempts to make him recover ended in vain, and he passed away. Aoi, who was in her second trimester of pregnancy, got left behind. What did your husband's parents say?
They said they want nothing to do with the child of their good-for-nothing son. They told me not to bother them and handle things on my own.
What the heck? They're insane. Your husband was an incredibly kind person.
He seemed to struggle with being left out within his family, so I really wanted to make a happy family.
Aoi.
Everyone's gone now. Akira's father and mother, mom and dad, even my husband.
It might be my fault.
Huh? Why is that?
It seems like everyone around me becomes unfortunate.
That's not true. It would rather be my fault.
Why?
I had a best friend who got ill and passed away. The boy I had a crush on fell down the stairs and got critically wounded. Did you know that my nickname in middle school and high school was Grim Reaper?
I know. We went to the same school. But that's all coincidence.
But everyone I've ever cared for leaves me. Even my baby might. Even you might.
I won't! I won't die! I'll never die and leave you behind, Aoi! I promise! I'll always stay right by your side until you become old and pass away one day while peacefully napping out on the balcony!
Akira!
Aoi, you're not alone. I'll protect you. I'll protect both you and your husband's baby, just like everyone has been protecting me up until now.
But
No buts! Aoi, you are not a cause of misfortune. Remember? Everyone you've ever loved, they were always smiling. Mom and Dad loved you so much, Aoi. Your husband, too. You've saved him through so many hard times. He loved you so much, Aoi. I love you too, Aoi.
Thank you, Akira.
After that, Aoi gave birth to a baby girl without meeting any huge problems. And I married Aoi to protect both her and the baby. Practically speaking, being a father made it legally easier for me to protect the child.
No way, is that true? With his sister? I can't believe it. That's disgusting. Creepy, isn't it? What are they thinking?
I could hear that. However, marrying the younger brother right after the death of her husband looked bad from the outside. To avoid meanness, we decided to start over from scratch at a place far from our hometown. We're in this together.
Yeah.
There were definitely some tough times.
Welcome home. Dinner's ready.
Daddy!
But their smiles helped me march through any kind of hardships. And just a few days ago, we told our high school daughter the truth. That I'm not her real father. That Aoi and I used to live together as siblings in the past. Bombarded by so much information at once, our daughter just listened with her mouth agape. Even if she were to despise us for hiding everything this whole time or feel disgusted, I was ready for the worst. But
Thank you, Father, for protecting Mother, for protecting me. Thank you.
I had dedicated my life to protecting them. The moment my daughter, whom I wish her happiness from the bottom of my heart, told me this, I felt like I had been forgiven with everything. Thank you, Shizuka.
Oh gosh, Dad.
She made me feel as though I had made the right decision.
Incredible. Such a day would finally arrive. Thank you. Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you.
It's me who should be thanking you both. Thank you. Thank you.
Why are you guys crying?
Because we're happy. I'm done with crying tears of sorrow. From now on, I'd like to only shed tears of happiness. My name is Akira, a third-year high school student preparing for entrance exams. I have a childhood friend named Miran, who was 3 years older and lives nearby. Our parents were close, and we were both the only child, so we used to play together a lot. She was beautiful, kind, caring, and like an older sister to me. And that Miran was also my first love.
Akira, it's dangerous over there. Akira, you sure are energetic. Good job, Akira. Here's a kiss as a reward.
But when Miran entered high school, we started to grow distant. The reason was because of a certain change that happened to her. I felt as if she was becoming someone far beyond me. I began to distance myself, and we haven't talked the past few years. I never thought that we would pick up our relationship in such a way.
Akira, your home tutor is here. Come on down.
Oh yeah, so it was today. With entrance exams a few months ahead, my mock exam scores weren't good. So it was decided I would get a tutor.
Oh, here he is. She's here to help you, so say hello.
Nice to meet you?
Hey, long time, Akira.
Why is Miran? There she was, my childhood friend Miran, with brightly colored hair, exposed shoulders, and a short skirt. That's right, Miran had become a gyaru. Of all things, the one thing I can't deal with. My first love, the pure and innocent Miran, was gone. This is why I became distant from her.
Oh, calling me by my first name? And you used to be so cute. Always saying how you were gonna marry me.
That was the past. Why do you remember that? And Mom, what's going on here?
Well, just as I was looking around for a tutor, I bumped into Miran-chan, you see. Miran-chan, would you want to tutor our little Akira?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's what happened.
What a short explanation. And Miran was easily convinced?
Well, it pays better than most part-time jobs. That's what you call a win-win situation.
Miran-chan, it's your 3rd year, right? I heard your university is really high level.
It's not that great.
How could this happen? I was in checkmate from the start.
Well then, Miran-chan, I'll leave Akira up to you.
Leave it to me. Well then, let's get started, Akira. I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Go easy on me.
That's right, you just put it in there. Look, you can do it if you try.
All I'm doing is putting numbers in a formula, but somehow it feels wrong. But that aside...
And then, at the Battle of Trafalgar, Admiral Nelson...
Miran's good at teaching people. She's easier to understand than my teacher. I guess how good she is at taking care of others hasn't changed. It's just...
Oh, you solved that problem really quickly. Good job, Akira. That was great.
She gets as close to me as when we were kids. And that's too much stimulation for boys of my age. Miran, about this part here.
Which part? Oh, this is mercury dissolved in nitric acid reacting with ethanol to form mercury nitrate.
It smells nice. Her shampoo?
Hey, are you paying attention, Akira?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Hey, Akira, you've been avoiding me since high school, right?
What?
It actually really worried me. Even now you're kind of nervous or kind of holding back. Why is that?
So she was worried. That's even more reason to not tell it was because she became a gyaru. I can't say that. Well, I mean, I was busy with school, like clubs and stuff. More importantly, teach me some more. I thought that somehow that had settled things down, but it happened the next day.
Well then, let's get started for the day.
No, wait! What are you doing? Why are you wearing a uniform?
Huh? Is it weird? I was wearing this until recently, and I think it still fits. Look, you were nervous and held back around me. This way, we're closer to each other, and you don't need to be so nervous.
Closer to each other?
Now just think of me as your classmate and just relax.
What a giant pain! Anyway, that's how Miran, now a high school gyaru, began to tutor me. It feels like I'm on a study date with a classmate, and it's harder to relax. That reminds me that while Miran was good at taking care of others, she always did pointless things like this. I had thought that since she had become a gyaru, that she had changed. But that caring part of her hasn't changed since the past. And I feel regretful that I had just been selfishly avoiding her because of that. And that's why it couldn't be helped that I would fall in love with Miran again.
Huh? What?
I was just getting rid of some evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts?
That's why I worked hard enough to meet her expectations. In the few months since then, thanks to Miran's tutoring, my grades have gone steadily up.
You did it, Akira! You got an A for your first choice of university! You really worked hard! Good job! You did it, Akira!
Wait, Miran!
Oh, what's this? Are you embarrassed? How cute of you. Is this your first time being hugged by a girl?
Yes, it is.
You sure are honest. Don't you have a girlfriend?
I don't. Actually, I've never had one before.
What about someone you like?
That I do have.
But you haven't confessed yet. You're a pretty great guy, Akira. Have some confidence. If you go on the attack, that girl might just give in, you know?
Oh, why? Why did she have to say that? Now, I can't control myself. Miran, I'm thinking of changing my choice of university.
Right now? Where?
To the same university as you.
What? But our university is...
I know, it's a lot harder to get into than my current choice. It's reckless, right? But even so, I still want to go there. That's why, Miran, if I get accepted, please go out with me.
Well, if you're that serious about it, I'll think about it.
She's unfazed.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Akira, how does he think I feel holding my emotions every day? Even though I'm trying so hard to suppress my feelings. My face is so red. Did I actually fool him? Actually, he pushed me against the wall.
Akira, on the other hand, I pushed her up against the wall. Was in agony. What is it? What happens if you do that in real life? Is it lame? Will she think I'm a lame person? And she didn't even react to it.
Sorry for leaving my seat. Let's get back to studying.
Huh? Surprisingly, she doesn't seem affected. That actually doesn't solve my problem.
Well, if you're saying that seriously, I'll think about it.
So, she'll think about it. Alright, enough worrying about it. For now, all I can do is push forward and pass the exam. From that day on, I spent all my time studying. 3 months passed by quickly, and I finished my entrance exams. I think I did well. I have done all that I could have. And then, as the winter cold was coming to an end, it was results day.
Well, do you have the number?
Calm down, Miran. A22506. A22506. There it is! Alright! I did it! I got in! That took a while. This is all thanks to you. Wait, Miran?
I'm glad. I'm so glad, Akira.
Yeah, I'm glad too. It was thanks to you, Miran.
It's because you did your best, Akira.
Oh jeez. Come on, wipe your tears.
I can't tell which one of us is the older one.
Miran, do you remember what I said to you? That if I got accepted, if you...
Oh look, it's Miran. Huh? Sachan.
A friend. At this timing.
Who's that? Did you come to see your brother's results? Wait, did you have a younger brother?
A younger brother? I guess that's how it looks.
Actually, he's my boyfriend.
Huh?
I did promise you, right?
Miran.
A younger boyfriend? He's kinda cute. He's not just cute. Akira's actually really cool, you know? He's a man who always does what he says, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Akira, since you did your best, I need to give you a reward.
What? A reward?
I got Akira's first kiss. How was it? Your first reward kiss in a long time.
And that's how Miran and I became a couple. But...
You'll keep the other promise that we had too, right?
Huh?
I'm going to marry Mirano-ne-chan.
It seems like the day when I can lead this childhood friend of mine is still far away.